Guys, it's me, Triton. Today we'll be making a video on James Charles. He's made a Twitter thing addressing Deaf Noodles because Deaf Noodles been making false allegations against James. Now, the stuff I reported on James last week on my last video, those stuff wasn't false, but if y'all know, the commentary community knows, Deaf Noodles, he's been making false stories about James Charles. Well, I don't know why. Why Deaf Noodles has been making false allegations. If y'all saw my Twitter, I've been very critical of Deaf Noodles. I was sure to make a video on him. And I will be making a video on him soon. But James Charles has come out with this Twitter thing. But I'll read it and I'll give my opinions. Accountability is something I've spoken about a number of times in the past in my most recent video. I've spoke about and took about accountability from my part in conversation. I had a few individuals who told me the age of 18. I said in that video I can't show change overnight, but will sometimes. Since posting that video, many others have come forward with a series of misleading stories and false allegations. I wonder who he's been talking about. Deaf Noodles! Look, Deaf Noodles, you can criticize James Charles for the true stuff. Yeah, he's not a pedophile, he's not, but you can criticize him for the stuff he did. You don't need to making false stories makes James Charles look like the good guy. It does. It makes him look like a good guy. Let's continue, which have been reported by many people, creators, and news outlets. Creators, people, quote-unquote news outlets. Deaf Noodles thinks he's a news outlet. He's a creator, and he's a person. I wonder if he's been talking about Deaf Noodles. Or Ethan Klein, because Ethan Klein, he's been promoting Deaf Noodles. My legal team has begun taking action against those that have spread misinformation or created completely fake stories, as this has gone too far. I agree. Look, you do something, okay? We're gonna call you out. I called you out, James, right? I called you out. But I don't agree with Deaf Noodles and all these other people making fake stories. It makes me look bad. People are gonna think I reported on misinformation because there's misinformation out there. It's not true. It's not true. Deaf Noodles, you shouldn't have made fake stories. The stuff that's true that people criticize James for, James took out. All he takes accountability. You know, I think James Charles is an idiot for what he done. Y'all can watch my last video on this. But Deaf Noodles, Ethan Klein, all these people, those stupid TikTok kids, making fake stories. What about the real victims? The real people that James has affected. You're making them look bad. And not only that, but because of you idiots, Deaf Noodles, and these stupid kids coming out with fake stories. Fake. I'm not talking about the real stories that I covered in my last video. I'm talking about fake stories reported by Deaf Noodles. Fake stories by Deaf Noodles. And if you want context to that, I'll leave a link to Nicholas DeOrio's video on Deaf Noodles to give you context, and I will link some other videos on Deaf Noodles below so y'all can get context. But Deaf Noodles has been making fake stories on James Charles. There's real stories on him, right? James Charles is a creep, weird. He's not a predator, but he's just an idiot because he wants to flirt online, but he doesn't check age, so he gets baited so many times, right? But then these kids that want clout come out with fake stories. Deaf Noodles promotes it knowing it's fake, just to get clout. I hope Deaf Noodles and these kids get sued for spreading misinformation. Okay? You can call out James Charles. There's so many things to call out James Charles for. I call James Charles out. But making fake stories has gone too far. It's been your boy, Triton. I'm signing out.